to another episode of the A-List Music Club. I am your host, the game changer, Wes Truth. And as always, I'm joined by John and Dominic. How's it going tonight, guys?
Good.
Good.
All right. And as everyone knows, this is the show where every week one of us picks a different album for the others to check out. And this time it was John's turn. John, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about what you picked?
Okay, I picked a band called Monster Truck. This is their first full-length album called Furiosity. They're a Canadian band. They formed in 2013. I saw them in 2014 open up for Alice in Chains here in Reading, where I live. And I'd never heard of them. I had no idea. I was going to see Alice in Chains. And they were amazing. They blew me away. I was impressed. I think they were better performance than Alice in Chains. Alice in Chains just sort of stands there and plays. They don't really do a lot of jumping around and stuff. But they were amazing. I met 3 out of the 4 guys. Very nice. Very cool. I got their autographs. I shook their hand. I talked to them. No one really knew who they were. They were in the lobby after the show, and no one really gave a shit because no one knew who they were. So
wow.
I went over to their merch table, and they were standing there, and I bought their CD. I think it was $10. We signed it for free. We chatted. Hell of a nice guys. Really nice.
Good.
They were, yeah. I don't know a whole lot about them. This is their first album. They have 2 more have come out since. I don't have them. Never heard them. I don't know. They're kind of a hard rock, southern rock. They aren't really southern, no, but
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I didn't get really southern out of it. I got kind of like a bluesy type thing on some of the songs.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
No, you're fine. That's fine. I couldn't think of the word I was thinking of, so that's good. Yeah. What'd you guys think?
Let me go.
Okay.
John. These albums that you pick, I'll tell you. No, I'll be honest with you. I enjoyed it. I really did. There's 1 or 2 songs I don't remember the names on that I didn't pretty much care for. I can't remember which ones they were, but the rest of the album, I'm going to put them on all the songs that I liked, which was probably about 7 of them. I'm going to put them on my playlist called Cool Stuff. And I don't know if I'd sit back and listen to the whole album again, but if I put them in a random mix with my playlists, I really enjoyed them. I think the album started off just great. What was the name? The Old Train or something like that?
Yeah. Old Train.
That freaking just kicked ass coming out. Right out of the box. I think the is kind of like trying to be a little bit of a Chris Cornell type of singing.
I got that vibe too. Yeah.
I also found a little bit of. I thought he sounded a little bit like the singer for the Cult too.
Oh, Ian Astbury. Okay.
Yeah, Ian Astbury.
Yeah.
A little bbit. Yeah, I enjoyed them. I thought they had a lot of kind of bluesy type riffs, like hard blues. Yeah, I thought it was really good. I liked it.
Good. I thought you would.
Did you?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You thought I was the one that wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
I liked it. I enjoyed it for the most part. I thought they had a cool look. I saw some of the music videos, and I'm like, they look pretty cool. And they sound like a fun band to see. I got the vibe of that from just hearing a few of their songs.
Yeah.
I also thought they sounded like a little bit like Audio Slave. I'm like, isn't that 2 in a row? I can't remember. There was another one where I was getting an Audio Slave vibe. Yeah, I thought Old Train, that was probably my favorite. It reminded me of something like off of Guitar Hero, where you're playing it and like all of a sudden this song you never heard of pops up and it's like Old Train, and you're like, okay, and then you're like, oh, this song's awesome. I don't know. The Lion I thought sounded a little bit like Old Train. I was like, oh wait, didn't I just? Is this the same song? But the music video was funny, so I give it that. I really liked Sweet Mountain River. I thought that was a great one. Then, in the words of Ian Malcolm, there's lots of yelling and screaming and in what was it, Psychics? I was like, oh wow, this is different. And the Giant had some interesting screaming in it too. But I really liked Call It a Spade. I thought it sounded a little ZZ Top-ish at the beginning. And it rocks pretty hard. And there's some good slower songs too. My Love Is True was a pretty good slower song. What's with the 7-minute long song, John?
Yeah. I know, right in the middle of the album too. It's like,
yeah, I was Dominic's like, hey, 7 minutes.
I know.
Yeah. For the most part, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good album. So I'd be interested in checking out their other stuff.
That energy was all over the stage when they played. Like the guitar player's head didn't stop bobbing the whole time.
I could see that.
Like
yeah.
the whole time, running around the stage. They blew me away. I was super impressed. I think he's got a pretty good voice. It does sound like Chris Cornell. I hear that.
I mean, you can't help what your voice sounds like.
I mean, Cornell's not a bad person to sound like. I mean,
right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think like Tom, it starts out like a punch in the gut. Like it just kicks right into it.
Oh yeah, it kicks ass right from the start, man.
Yeah, they don't ease into it. It's just boom, and you're hit.
Johnny, I really liked this album. I really did.
I figured you would. It's got an old school vibe to it, kind of.
Yeah. And you know what I liked about it is it didn't sound like everything that comes out today or even back then. It's like I had harped on before, the bands, a lot of bands sound so similar because they know what, they know what's selling. So they conform to that.
Yeah. Let's follow the formula. Yeah.
These guys just are playing. We're just gonna kick some ass.
Yeah.
In fact, I've got a buddy of mine that I play Dungeons and Dragons with, Mark Romano, and I'm going to text him to check this band out. I am going to recommend this band to him.
I gave it to 2 guys I work with, and they both made copies of it because they liked it. My dad made a copy; he liked it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And every person, the 2 guys at work and my dad, their favorite song is "Sweet Mountain River."
Oh yeah, Sweet Mountain
River. Everyone likes that too. Yeah.
Great friggin' tune.
Yeah. There's a video for that. I think that was kind of the single from the album.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah. I'm surprised it didn't make it bigger, that song.
Yeah, they're on a tiny label.
Yeah.
Dying Alone Records, the Canadian label. They may not have had distribution. I never saw this CD anywhere other than at a concert. Like I've never seen it.
I've never heard of them. Yeah.
So probably don't have distribution.
Yeah.
I think for 4 guys, it sounds like there's 10 guys.
Yeah.
Going 4 guys. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I thought there was 2 guitar players. I'm like, nope, just the one. Yeah.
All right, let's do a rating. I give it an 8+.
Wow.
Not quite a 9, but an 8+. I enjoyed it. I'm going to add a bunch of their songs to my playlist. I've got their whole album downloaded, and I'm probably going to go back and go on to Apple Music and see if they have their other albums and download them and check them out.
All right. Cool. I'd agree with that. I'll give it an 8. I do have an issue, and it's not just them. A lot of these bands, they don't say the title, so you sometimes have like, oh, I really like that song. You have no idea what it's called.
Yeah.
So, I mean, did they ever say the line in that song?
Yeah, who knows?
Like I was just doing it in a car, and I'm like, "What the hell song is this?" And I had to like go and I count on the back cover. Okay, number 4 is called that. Like I didn't know,
Right.
but
yeah.
I'd say it's an 8. It's awesome. It's really good. I like it.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
I'm mostly on the same page as you guys. I'm gonna give it a 7 though. But yeah, I mean I liked it.
That's still a respectable rating.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All
So-
right. So yeah, it's Dominic's turn to pick for next time.
All right, guys. For my pick, I'm going to go way back to a band from the 70s that I don't think any of us have ever listened to. I belong to a couple classic rock pages on Facebook, and one of them asked, who here likes the band Nantucket? And all these people just went off about how much they liked them. So I'm going to pick, I believe it might be, I don't know what the name of the album is, but it's got a lobster on the cover.
It's self-titled.
It's
Red
their
Lobster.
self-titled album, Nantucket. I'm interested to see what we think of this, because like I said, I have not heard anything off of it.
Yeah, interesting.
All right. So we'll be back next week with our thoughts on Nantucket. Until then, John, you want to talk a little bit about your podcast?
A podcast called We Like Wrestling Podcast. It's a weekly podcast. 4 guys sitting around talking about wrestling, classic pay-per-views, current stuff. If it's wrestling related, we talk about it. It's on Spotify, Apple iTunes, wherever you find podcasts. We're on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We Like Wrestling Podcast.
I almost forgot.
Oh, look at that.
Yo.
Nice.
I've got both of her shirts.
I bet you.
All right. And as for, of course, for me, you can subscribe right here on the YouTube, youtube.com/Westside of 515. Like to on Facebook, facebook.com/WestTruePaylist. And of course, you can follow me on the Twitter and the Instagram @WesAlist. Until next time, truth out.